Hello everyone. I'm going to make a quick recording for you. Well, it took me quite a while to play with this. It's about showing how you can use AI to create certain images, and you can also use like ChatGPT and others to be able to write your prompts based upon how the Bible describes some things. So what I wanted to do for an experiment this time is I wanted to try to take some of the images that you find described in Scripture, and I'm going to show you what it came up with, and this will make this video shorter because I had to render all these things and everything like that. Not that it took a long time per se to render them, but it did take a while to get it all done. So I'm going to minimize myself over to the corner, and then I'll tell you what programs I'm using. I'll tell you about them one by one. First one I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Bing. All right. And here's one of the things that I did. First, I asked Bing Chat a simple question here. I said, the Bible is full of interesting, or what images, here's what my prompt is. What are some interesting things described in the Bible that would make interesting images? And it gave the creation of the world and everything in it, the parting of the Red Sea, the vision of Ezekiel. We saw the 4 living creatures, the birth of Jesus, the transfiguration. And then it gives you some ways to do this within Bing to create a graphic. As you can see, it's graphic-art_art. And then you got to close it in and say whatever it is that you're wanting to make. Now I want to show you what Bing came up with on some of these. And then I'm actually going to go to Bing's actual image creator itself, and we'll see some things that produced there as well. First here is the creation of the world. Of course, this is going to rely upon your imagination. But these are some pretty cool looking images. I'll make these bigger so you can see them. So there's the first one. Again, kind of have almost like a figure, it looks like, or a cloud or something that's creating everything. And that one. And then here's a hand, and things are being like created, like the cosmos and stuff. And here's another one where some creature looking thing is like orchestrating the creation of everything. And then finally, there's this one where you got, looks like some sort of pregnant woman or pot-belly person. I don't know what you would call it. And someone, basically creating things here. Okay, let me close that and go back to our next one. And it also gives you a little description of what it says is going on in the image. Here's the next one, the parting of the Red Sea. I don't think I'm going to make that bigger because I don't know. It just didn't seem that impressive to me. This one right here is okay because it kind of shows the dry ground with the water being on both sides. Then we have this next one. This is the vision of Ezekiel. That's when he's supposed to be looking at the image there in Ezekiel chapter 1. But as you can see, these are some cool images, but it didn't really capture, I don't think, necessarily the image of Ezekiel chapter 1. Maybe you think it does. I don't know. They're still fairly interesting looking images. Got that big eye there. Okay. Then go to the next one. This is supposed to be the birth of Jesus. Let's see what this looks like. I haven't even looked at some of these in detail myself. So there you got a star. It looks like it's made partly of a angel or something, and then you have these figures that are standing around where this is supposed to be baby Jesus. It looks like he's got a honker there, got almost a beak for a nose or something. Let's look at the next one. This one's a little bit better, I think. Looks more like a bright star off in the distance, and then there got an animal off the side, and they're supposed to be Joseph and Mary. And then here's another one that looks pretty cool. That baby Jesus doesn't look too good on the face there, but anyway, still an interesting photo. And then here's another one. It looks like they're almost on a cloud. And you can see there's some weird things going on with that person on the left. And I don't know. Well, that baby there is kind of weird looking too. But anyway, they give you some ideas on that. Next one is the transfiguration in Jesus. Again, I think these look like they're fairly good. I mean, you got kind of an image going on here. It's raised up out of the air. I mean, they mentioned that part, but anyway, it still looks cool. And there's another one that's supposed to be depicting Jesus. He's floating up in the air. And they have all of them floating up in the air. And some of them are floating up in the, I guess that's supposed to be the other two that are with him, Moses and Elijah. And well, they're all floating up in the air. All right. Then, let's see, asked it to write a prompt. You can ask it to the chat GTP or any of these AIs. You can describe what you want it to write and ask it to give you the best description to create the best image. And sometimes I can give you something good. Some of these I had to shrink down. Some of them were too long and things like that. But here's another one. This is the vision of 4 living creatures of 4 faces, 4 wings, and wheels with end wheels, that sort of thing. I mean, it produced some interesting looking images here. You can see what you think about them. And so you got some creatures here and some things going on. We got some things that look like eyes and things like that. Here's another rendition of it. Again, some kind of weird looking stuff. Something you might see in an art gallery or whatever. And then here's another. And let's look at our next one. Again, some very strange images. Of course, things described in Ezekiel are pretty strange themselves. All right. Our next one here is, I asked for give you an example, like if you wanted to describe a parable. And so I asked it to describe the parable of the 4 soils. And as you can see, I don't know, none of them actually did a very good job on this one. This is just what Bing did. And you can also see it doesn't do good. None of them do very good. Some of them are getting better by actually putting real words in here. But they put words in here that should have said, like, this is rocky soil, this is good soil, and that sort of thing. But that's kind of what it came up with. I mean, you can kind of see what's going on here. I wouldn't probably use any of these, but in fact, I wouldn't use any of these like PowerPoint. But I'm just showing you what it came up with. And then this is the scene of the bones that are coming to life, and Ezekiel's seeing this dream. He sees all kinds of wild things, but I thought these looked interesting. I saw them from a small image, so let's look at them a little bit bigger. Okay, these are some weird looking things going on. There's a bunch of bones there, but they're not fully formed. Let's set our next one. That one's not that great. And, well, that was kind of neat. You got some bones floating through the air, some lightning coming down, and looked like some of them are coming alive and things like that. So that's all right. I kind of like this one. This one looks pretty cool. Got these bones and skeletons here. And so that's some of the things you can do with that. And then the final question I asked about the parable of the tares and wheat. And as you can see, I don't know if you could use these or not, but this gives you an idea of kind of the things it can create. And you can tweak the prompt and try maybe get more or better results of what you're wanting. So it looks like they're, picking some wheat. I don't know if they're standing on tares or stuff that's already been harvested. I don't know. But here you have a division here. I mean, it'd be nice if it was like that. But as the parable said, the tares and the wheat are together, not nice and apart like this, like you see in this image here. And then here's kind of one that shows something growing up in the middle of the wheat. So, that makes kind of a better image. And then not for sure how you'd use this. And again, this is showing like the differences all being on one side and the other, not really blended together. So anyway, that shows you what that does in Bing. I don't think I have any more in there. So let's go to our next one, which is, let's see, is it this one? Nope. Wait, yeah, nope. Nope. Yes, it's this one. Okay, let's go to Microsoft Bing. Now, you would think that the images would be exactly the same when it's in Bing, but the actual website the image creator, is powered by DALL-E, as you can see right there. It's going to produce images that look a little bit different. Now, I tried and tried. I couldn't get any of them, and you'll see as I go through this, couldn't get any of them to make a good image of the statue that Nebuchadnezzar saw. It seems like they have trouble. I mean, they make good really cool looking pictures, and you'll see them here in just a second, but none of them would make it separated out to where there was a head of gold and silver and bronze, and they would break it out into the different things. So I'm going to show you these very quickly. This is the image he came up with, talking about, you know, the image from Daniel. There's another one, again, all the same color. There's that image and that image. Okay, go to the next one. Oh, I really made it simplistic. That one I generated from giving a very descriptive prompt that was generated by ChatGPT. On this one, I put it down even close, or just said the dream of Nebuchadnezzar, you know, and you can see all it did was just basically kind of give all these different colorful backgrounds. Pretty, but not exactly what I was looking for. I wanted the statue. So I asked again, messing around, changing this. And these are some cool looking images, but again, it is not what Daniel describes or Nebuchadnezzar describes or as part of his dream. Again, that's cool looking statue. So is that neat background. And then that one's got a little bit of Egyptian vibe going on with it. And maybe a Tibetan vibe. I don't know. Anyway, standing on top of this. And I mean, but anyway, that's not exactly what I was looking for. And I played around a lot with this particular setting and trying to get a statue to look how I wanted it. I mean, this looks pretty cool, but that looks nothing like what I was looking for. Again, really good image. And then, you know, definitely not it. Didn't have all those arms. And there again, there's another one, lots of arms. Okay. And let's see what we got here. Oops. Okay. As you can see, just more of the same, just different versions of these type of statues. I mean, cool looking statues, but not what Daniel described, at least not in my head. And then I had it do a creation. You can see this is very similar to what it did over. I'm not going to max those out, but that's very similar. Almost, well, it is identical to what we saw earlier. So is the images of, I think it may have just actually put these over in my queue from Bing because these are exactly the same on these. So I'm going to go past all these. Okay, transfiguration. We've already seen that, and that. We've already seen that one. Let's see, is this a different? Yeah, here's a different rendition of the four soils. Again, I'm not going to maximize these. As you can see them, they're just not good at all on that. And then we have the, same image we saw a while ago on the bones coming to life. But then I think this last one is, this has to do with Ezekiel's vision. I think, I don't remember which one this is. Maybe it's, anyway, they didn't make whatever it was I was looking for, but it still looks cool. So I'll just show them to you real quick. I think this had to do with Ezekiel. Oh, there it is. Create an image that depicts what is happening in Ezekiel 37. So that's all I did. I made it very minimal. And so that's supposed to be the dry bones and the field, all that stuff happening. And this is what it produced. Again, really cool looking images. I mean, I like what's going on here, but doesn't really match up with what the text says. And then, let's see, we already saw that one. What's this last one? Okay, here's another one I generated within here of the tares and the wheat. I haven't even had a chance to look at this one. Okay, you got some sort of scary looking creature there. maybe the Green Reaper. I don't know. But anyway, that's what he came up with on that one. And then here's another weird image with the wheat and tares. Another one. And then the last one is this one. Again, very cool looking images on some of these, but again, they don't exactly match up. So you're not always going to get what you want, at least not yet, or part of it may be just, how it depends on how you prompt it. Here's another one I want to show you. This is Leonardo. This is something you can sign up for. You can get a hold of it, and they have a paid feature, but every day you can generate several images for free. Here's what I did the other day. I generated a robot, and I made this pretty cool robot just for an image for one of my other videos. But here's what I actually started doing this today. This is supposed to be the statues, or the statue of that King Nebuchadnezzar saw. Again, just doesn't really match up. Really cool images. Again, you can look at these and see what it came up with. Okay. And then whenever I simplified the prompt, this is basically him having a vision. I guess that's supposed to be King Nebuchadnezzar or whatever. And, he's just having a vision, but you don't see the statue anywhere. Really cool, pretty, but and there's even someone in the background right there, but, that's just not really what I was looking for on that. And then we have some, I changed the prompt up a little bit. Still got some weird stuff or some cool images, but the statues are almost always the same. They're all gold. Sometimes they have a gray face, but as you can see, not really producing exactly what I was looking for. And again, I tried several times trying to get this going. I'm just going to put these on here very quickly. That was a little bit different. Got this one and this one. Okay, we already saw that. And I produced more. I'm just going to show you, scroll past that. You can pause that and look at those if you like. And then we started getting to Ezekiel 1. And this is what it came up with, what this image is supposed to look like. Some pretty weird images, but I don't know if I would say that actually depicts it. But anyway, that shows you some of the ways it is trying to depict that. And again, here's our 4 soils. I'm not even going to maximize those. It just didn't do very good with what I was hoping it would do with that, at least in my own mind. Now, this is kind of cool. This is the skeletons in Ezekiel 37 coming to life and being made alive. Some images of that. I mean, that's pretty cool. Okay. And then here is a image of tares and wheat. I mean, kind of cool. I mean, it looks nice, but I don't know. It's just not what I was looking for when it came to tares and wheat. I don't have a clue what that's supposed to be. The background with like a big old round, I don't know, wheat head or something. I don't know. And so that was all the ones I generated in this. Let's see. The other thing I wanted to show you was this one called ClipDrop. And actually, it doesn't let me queue things, so I'm going to have to show you my PowerPoint. Some of the images it made. We'll start up here with this. This is the Ezekiel chapter 1. This is the image it came up with. Here's the next one. Again, pretty weird. This is free to use, by the way. It has a pay version where you can get rid of their little logo over top of this, and you can also not have to wait as long. Now, this is the soil parable. Kind of weird. A bunch of hands in the soil and one green thing growing up. I don't know. And then it did this. You look at that, and I mean, I don't know. I guess you could use that in some way. I don't know. And then this one right here, I don't know. I'll leave that up to your own imagination. And then we have This is supposed to be Ezekiel 37. It's where the bones, skeletons are coming alive. I mean, I see a few figures over here where it looks like it's coming alive and starting to become flesh. So it's kind of cool looking, I guess. This one's really weird. Got all this stuff up here and then these weirdly shaped bones down here. I have no idea what that little critter is supposed to be over there. And then here's another rendition of it. I thought this one's pretty cool because you got some things, even though these kind of look kind of weird, they're still skulls and look like there's skin coming on. And Ezekiel's looking kind of old there. I don't know. And then there's somebody with him and there's some sort of, I don't know what you could call that. It looks like a Bigfoot or something. I don't know up there. And then you have these weird looking skeletons and things that are popping up over here. So that's some of the images it made. And then the last one was this one of the wheat, tares and wheat. Again, I mean, you might be able to use this for something. I mean, it makes some interesting images. And the last one I want to show you is from a program I pay for. This is a beta version that has built in these images. I usually use this for text and stuff. And whenever something's in beta, I mean, it's just not as good. I mean, it makes some pretty cool looking images. But again, none of these were anywhere close to what I was looking for. That was supposed to be the image, as you can see over there on your right. That's supposed to have been the image of what Nebuchadnezzar saw. Yeah, not anywhere close. This had supposed to be that Ezekiel, Ezekiel chapter 1. Yeah, I'm not sure. So is that Ezekiel chapter 1. I generated another version. And I mean, it's kind of weird looking, but that's not what it was depicted. Parable of the four soils. I have no idea what's going on here, and I don't get that. And then this was another rendition of the same thing, the four soils. And here's the valley that's supposed to be the dry bones and stuff, but I don't see any bones. It's just a big valley, a dry valley. And then it also produced this for the dry valley. I have no idea why. And then the final one was the tares and the wheat. I have no idea how this image has anything to do with tares and wheat. And then tried it one more time, and they at least gave me some wheat in this one. But anyway, this kind of just gives you an idea. There's all kinds of image creators and things like that out there. Just wanted to show you this. I don't know how long this video ended up lasting for. I know it took a little while to go through all that. But I just wanted to show you that you can attempt, anyway, to put images of things that's in Scripture that you want to see if you can maybe put it into an image and see what it comes up with. Hey, you might get out something that's really, really good, but then again, it may be way off. But just wanted to show you what is possible using some of these different programs. And so hopefully you'll find that helpful. And I'll put the programs down in the description below and hope you're able to use some of this stuff.